How you doing, everyone? Your friendly neighborhood Delta here. Even with the release of Title Update 16.1 coming out on Tuesday, in which the community believed would fix a lot of the issues not addressed by the previous update, I have elected to ignore that for a bit, even though the state of the Division 2 is currently a hot dumpster fire, more so than usual, and I could probably make a video talking trash about the state of the game. Instead, I've decided to stay positive regarding the Division 2 and look ahead to the imminent release of the Division Heartland, and I decided to compile a list of all the things I'd hope to see out of the new addition to the Division universe. Before we jump right into it, I just want to thank everyone who's been supporting my videos by liking and commenting and subscribing. It really means a lot to me, and I love reading all the comments and generating discussion within the community. You guys are the real ones, and I wouldn't be where I am without you all. With that said, if you're watching this video and you haven't yet subscribed, please consider subscribing, as it always helps me out, not to mention for the weekly Division Universe content. And as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Now without further ado, let's get right into the ultimate Division Heartland wishlist. First things first, I don't think this list has to go in terms of levels of importance to the game, and as such are in no particular order. However, if you want to let me know what you think is the most important down in the comment section below, I would love to hear it. First things first, the Division Heartland being a free-to-play looter shooter is going to bring a few concerns regarding a lot of things, but most importantly monetization, and specifically how cheaters will be handled, since there's not going to be a paywall stopping those kinds of players from making new accounts if they happen to be cheating and get banned. So for the first item on the official Division Heartland wish list, I'm going to put down functional anti-cheat. It should be mentioned that the Division 2 already utilizes an anti-cheat, but having a functional anti-cheat like BattlEye, which is already used in Ubisoft titles such as Rainbow Six Siege, as well as other industry-leading looter shooter titles such as Destiny, will go a long way in terms of creating goodwill within the Division community. Taking a little bit of a closer look at Destiny, for example, the announcement of a dedicated anti-cheat such as BattlEye went over really well within the PvP community, because it showed a commitment to preserving the quality of the PvP experience, of which Destiny 2 fans really enjoyed and appreciated. I do think the same idea and general principle can apply to the Division community. Investing in a dedicated anti-cheat for Heartland could show that the developers over at Red Storm are fully committed to providing the best experience possible for us gamers when it comes to PvP, and so for those reasons, a functional anti-cheat makes it on the wish list. Moving right along to item number 2 on our list, we have cosmetic only monetization options. Considering the fact that the Division Heartland is a free-to-play game, striking the right balance between monetization of content so the game can make money while also avoiding the pesky label of being quote-unquote pay to win is absolutely critical when it comes to a wish list of everything we'd like to see come to the Division Heartland. Considering the entire Division universe as a whole, monetization is in a really good place right now, considering the fact that most of the content updates coming to the Division 2 are free, with the exception of the paid season passes. However, I feel as though this does need to be mentioned because it is in fact Ubisoft we are dealing with, one of the front runners in the list of companies looking to shove NFTs into their games. We don't have any confirmation that Heartland will not contain NFTs, which does make me a teensy tiny bit nervous, so that's why monetization does in fact make it on this list. I would not mind paying for a battle pass every now and then, especially if they are able to drop some fancy character customization skins, especially because it is a third-person shooter and character customization is a huge part of that experience. Avoiding being pay to win and avoiding NFTs at all costs are absolutely critical when it comes to the Division Heartland, and for those reasons, monetization makes it on the wish list. Coming in at number 3 on this list is cross-save. While we know that crossplay will be a feature of the Division Heartland at launch, we do not yet know if the game will come with cross-save to complement that. Cross-save is just one of those things that can make a huge difference in player attitudes towards the game, particularly those who have multiple platforms. Drawing from a Division 2 example, we've seen recently that the current levels of grindiness within the Division 2, many community members have expressed that certain XP farms have made it possible for people to have characters on multiple platforms due to the insane time requirements to get max power, max SHD, and so on. So to avoid situations like that, I think it's pretty important that the Division Heartland ships with cross-save enabled. Not to mention, in the United States alone, 59% of all gamers are invested in having multiple platforms. Having the Division Heartland ship with cross-save at launch would be huge when it comes to shaping public opinions about the game. And not only that, but appealing to the most amount of players possible. It's been said many times that the goal of the Division Heartland is to bring as many new players into the Division universe and into the Ubisoft umbrella as possible. So if I were making decisions at Ubisoft, I could be biased. I could be a little bit biased. But I would definitely make sure that the Division Heartland ships with cross-save, if I were a Ubisoft executive. But I'm not, and oh well, that's why it's on the wish list. Moving right along to item number 4 on the wish list, we have multiple game modes. The Division universe has always been a universe that balances PvE and PvP at the same time to varying degrees of success. I'm not going to comment whether or not they're good at it or not, I just know that the Division Heartland is supposed to be a primarily PvP game, but I do hope that there is an element of PvE, both because I want some PvP in my Division game, and I know the community enjoys an element of PvP as well. Not only would it just be nice to have those options, it would make sense for Heartland to try and appeal to the existing community of Division players. The majority of current Division 2 players are PvE players primarily, so it would make sense for the Division Heartland to try and satisfy as many of those players as possible. Not to mention that this might already be a thing. As you may already know, the Division Heartland has been compared to Escape from Tarkov, which is a survival PvEVP game for PC only at the moment. In Tarkov, there's a lot of super cool elements that I hope can make it into the Division Heartland, specifically the PvE mode. The PvE mode in Tarkov is super unique, and I hope that the Division Heartland can borrow some certain aspects of that. However, even if there is no PvE mode within the Division Heartland, PvE specific mode that is, I hope there is a seamless integration between PvE content and PvP experiences within the Division Heartland, similar to the Division 1's survival mode and the Dark Zone from both Division games. Although when I do say multiple game modes, I am 100% also open to multiple PvP modes as well. At this point, we only have leaks to go off of, and if those are to be believed, then we should be receiving multiple game modes, but I'm not 100% certain. So as of right now, for those reasons, multiple game modes goes on the wish list. Moving right along to item number 5 on the list, we have snow. Yeah, nothing ambiguous about this one, guys. This one's more about nostalgia for me, and I think that the Division 1 had the best environments out of the whole franchise. Not to mention the best atmosphere out of all the Division games. The snowy streets of Manhattan just had the perfect amount of grittiness and realism that it could, while also being a looter shooter, you know, because you're shooting dudes in the face and they're not dying after 2.5 clips. But not only that, the fits you could put on were crazy. The cold environment lent itself super well to layering your character super well, with jackets, pants, scarves, hats, gloves, I mean like normal winter gear, you name it. That was an aspect of the Division 1 that I and many others enjoyed very much, and I hope that that level of customization makes it back into the game as well, with the environmental justification of the snow. It just doesn't really hit that well when you're in the Division 2 and it's like, you imagine it's like 90 something degrees, but you're wearing a jacket and pants. Then you go up against a guy in the Dark Zone and he's wearing a scuba mask, a bathing suit, and just like a tank top or something like that. I don't know, tonally it's weird. However, Silver Creek is supposed to be in the Midwest and it gets cold out there, so I'm told. So that's why, for those reasons, snow makes it on the wish list. The last item we have here on our list is balancing. The Division universe and all the games in it have been notoriously hard to balance. If you change the effectiveness of a weapon or a gear set in one place, like PvE, it breaks in another place, like PvP. That's just a fact that we've had to accept as fans of the Division universe, but obviously does not make it any less annoying when your favorite weapon is gutted or the set you've been using for months doesn't work the way it should anymore. With the Division Heartland, we can hope and wish for good balancing out of the gate, and hopefully those who have been testing the game in the closed alphas and betas can give good feedback so the game is balanced right from the start. Well, alrighty everyone, that was the official Division Heartland wish list. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you guys think I missed anything or something you want to add to it or something you think shouldn't be on this list, please let me know down in the comments section below. I really want to hear from you on this one. As always though, if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and maybe consider subscribing for more Division content just like this. All of that always just helps me out just a little bit, and I appreciate every single one of you that does decide to engage with my videos. Alrighty now, I've been your friendly neighborhood Delta, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.